So we've shown you last week how to take data, bring it from a data flow, bring it from a SQL database, anything else like that, put it in a spreadsheet, do something, and then have that spreadsheet read back in and have those updates persistent. What's the value of it though? Alright lads and lasses, welcome along. Topins Tuesday. So last week we showed you some, I think, brilliant tips, right? It's a really useful tip to be able to understand that you can use an Excel spreadsheet in this way. And I've got lots of clients in the past and even now who struggle with the same issue, that they've got a manual field where people are putting in data and the data quality is terrible. Trying to think of automated ways of dealing with that, and I can't. Okay, at some point it gets down to someone's going to have to validate, someone's going to have to double check it, and then you'd be spending time, effort and money on an automated system to then have to manually validate the automation. Being able to cleanly build that list, have it maintained and just check it periodically, quarterly, monthly, whatever works for your business. Probably, you'd start initially weekly and then you'd probably move up monthly, quarterly as your comfort levels grew. It is definitely something that's simple enough that works, and that's the key, isn't it? Keep it simple. It's the motto, isn't it? Well, let's be honest here, the motto's KISS, isn't it? Keep it simple, stupid, right? So definitely words to live by in business. But what can we actually do with this? Is there actually any real world applications beyond what we've talked about already? So one of the areas that we'll cover really here for this augmented analysis methodology, the way you could do stuff, you can do it, here's just 3 simple examples that I think cover a fair few of the things that people might be wanting to do. So, straight off the bat, we've got management targets. So management often have targets that they aren't related to the data. There'll be something else to it. If we're expanding our business in China and our Chinese sales are historically really low, and I'm saying, I want to increase my targets by 20%, there's no model in the world that's going to come back and say, your projected sales targets for next year in China should be 20% increase. You'd be saying, we expect 5%, we expect something else. You might have something going on where you're allowing senior leadership to come back and say, for my part of the business, due to market pressures, this is what we expect. Hopefully, you've also got some automated analysis going on as well to come back and say, this is what we would expect to see. And you should be able to compare and contrast both. Having this mechanism, though, it's the only way to do it. The easiest way, the simplest way. We've got a spreadsheet, someone could just put in what those targets are against those line values that correspond to it. It works quickly, easily and efficiently. The other one, standard currency conversions. It sounds like one that you can, right? But currency, the conversion rates change all the time. I might buy something and there's a conversion rate for it, but then, am I buying it in this? And especially for a large multinational company, what you often find is they use standard currency conversion tables that they're going to use across the whole year. And those are pretty standard. They might change, they might shift. Sometimes they'll drop to month view, depending on currency volatility. But the core piece is really to do your accounting at the end of the year. You can't have all those different calculations day by day, transaction by transaction. You kind of have to take a bigger view on it. It just doesn't work, especially not once you start doing international currency transfers as a business. So, I'm going to send money from a US office to a UK office or vice versa, and we're going to do things like that. All of that complexity can be simplified with this. You put in, this is where we're going to store that data. That's if you don't have an ERP system to pull it in from. But again, with those, where is it going to be stored? Hopefully it'll come in from the ERP system, but if not, you can do it this way. And lastly, another good one that I've seen used many times is the request, how can I add comments? I want people to be able to go in and add comments about their project, right? Or about something. what's going on. Our sales were low because our manufacturing, we didn't make target because we had to shut the factory floor for 3 days because of, an annual electrical inspection, or the like. All these things happen, and it can be nice to be able to explain them, put that directly onto the report. And that's one of the things that I hear the most about Power BI report content is, how can I put my say on it, right? So you could do your annual report, your monthly report, your weekly report, whatever it is you're going to do, and have that automatically generated. And then everyone can see it. And then you could open up a spreadsheet and give them, give the team a week to populate the spreadsheet maybe. And then you might look at it. But it gives everyone a chance to see what's happening. But if you get, as you get better, people can even be doing it ahead of time. There's no issue with it. But the main thing is this all will work. It's a possible use case for you. So what do you reckon then? I think the point I want to make with this is that being able to use an Excel spreadsheet like this to support the extended analysis capabilities of Power BI isn't a weakness, right? The use case we showed it for, the data cleanse, is one that's out there. It's a consistent one. It's one I see very regularly. People have got an automated system for most of their things, and it's pretty good. ERP systems go to great lengths to try and make it easier for people to do this. That's why you have drop-down lists to pick what you need, because then it standardizes the values. Once you put free text entry in, all bets are out the window, especially for key information fields that you're likely to want to link on, like we had in the New York water tower data, where we want to know the labs that are being used. We want to know the companies that are being used. It'd be nice to understand what's the financial drivers that are going on in the area. Is a particular inspector finding more failures or less failures, or is there a failure rate? All these things are key and would be part of a true analysis, and it's important to be able to then differentiate between lab A and lab B. So there's definitely value there. There's a requirement for it, and it's great that we can see how to do it, and it's great that there's value adds beyond just that data cleanse. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you didn't, comment down below, let us know what the problem was, what aren't we doing for you. If you did, comment down below, let us know what you liked. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Head on out to geordieintelligence.co.uk and become a member and enroll on one of our training courses. More dates will be coming, and we'll see you on Friday. For now though, take care. Ta-da.